back to some programming, game development, excitement. Hope everyone's had a good day so far. Hope everyone had a good yesterday as well. I am profusely sorry that I wasn't able to do the stream yesterday. I will get into that potentially a bit later, but yeah. Hey, Jin, how's it going? Alright. Where was this thingy? I'll just do that for now, because I can't be asked going and fixing that other thing. Should probably sort those out. Alright. When we left off, what were we doing? We were working more on Neuro's weapon. I thought you were a myth. Hey, you devil. I did see that, and that did make me chuckle. Actually, that reminds me, there was something I wanted to chat with you about at some point, devil. I might flick you, like, a DM later, if that's alright. It was just something I was, like, curious about, sort of thing. Related to, like, tabletop RPGs. And I just wanted to kind of, like, get some information about it. But yeah. Oh. I got a 24-hour shift, so I have a lot of time to write back. Fuck me, that sounds... Yeah, not envious of that in the slightest. God, that, like, I'm gonna be honest, and I know you probably don't need to be hearing it right now, but fuck me, that sounds monotonous as hell. Definitely gonna need, like, a good couple of YouTube videos or something like that for that kind of time frame. I might have dreams that I'm looking at camera footage at night. Honestly, yeah. I can see that. Whenever I get, like, super locked in with any work thing, and I'm, like, just surrounding myself with it, yeah, my dreams just start becoming it as well. So, the idea of, like, a 24-hour shift, yeah, no, I would fully expect you to start going, like, so I dreamed I was, like, just doing my job. I've told the time about how, like, when I used to be working at McDonald's, like, fucking yonks ago, because I have quite lucid dreams, so I have, like, fair good control over them and know that they're a dream. I had a dream where I was making burgers. And you know what I fucking did? I sat there, I'm like, I know this is a dream. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use this time to practice making burgers in my actual dreams. And the next day I turned up to work, I was about, like, twice as fast at making every burger. I'm not kidding. I legitimately overclocked myself by dreaming making the burgers over and over again. It's so fucking tragic. when I used to work desk job, I had dreams of filing paperwork. Yeah, like, people underestimate how much your dreams just start, like, getting... If you're doing a lot of a job, your dreams just start getting filled with random shit from it. It's dumb. It's really dumb. Oh, yeah. But I'm gonna probably be slow to get started today, by the way. Just taking a bit of time. I wish I had dreams like my friend does. Dear God, what do they have? But no, I have been playing the new Warframe update. That's been kind of fun. Also, I apologize that the model's probably not tracking as cleanly today. That's because I haven't turned the light on. And that requires getting up. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm just not there yet. Type out a silly dream, hell yeah. Alright. I may or may not have slept for, like, an obscene amount of time over the last, like, day or so. At least I'm not bleeding or substantially in pain right now. That's something. Alright. He told me that he had a dream where he was a serf working for a king who was his boss from work. In the dream, I was a pony from My Little Pony, but it was not actually me, but actually it was me as a pony, and I was getting married to his girlfriend. Okay, that is indeed on that, like, level of, I'm sorry, my man, but I'm gonna have to ask you one question based on that dream. What the actual fuck? Yeah, this dream after I flirted with his girlfriend because I didn't know they were together at this point. It's such a fucking extreme. Holy shit. That's so weird. I love it. I love it though. That's wild. That's actually wild. I have to say that's actually cheered me up quite a bit. That's actually so dumb. And I love it. I wish I had a dream like that. Dude, I miss the days where I would dream of a zombie apocalypse. And it would just be surviving in a zombie apocalypse or an alien invasion or some shit like that. I miss those days the most. Maybe I need to just watch more media again and try and get that to permeate in. No, instead I am, like, dreamless at the moment because I'm just so fucking, yeah. Alright. Nah, I expect, though, in the next few days, I'm probably gonna start having, like, if I have dreams, it'll be Warframe-related dreams, because fuck me, the update's been, like... I played it for the first time... So what, it was... Thursday morning it released. I played a bit of it Thursday afternoon. I played a little bit of it yesterday on Friday. And then I played a little bit of it this morning. Because I played on Thursday, I played through the story that they released. And that's an interesting bit of story. They did something that they're really good at doing, which is explaining, like, something that's just existed in the game, and you kind of were like, it's a game mechanic, wave it off, right? But they explained it, and I'm like, holy shit, this is actually so fucking cool. Because, tell me, when you think of, like, a game like Warframe, right? There's mechanics that you're just gonna go, like, oh yeah, no, it's a game, that makes sense, that's in there, right? Like, what's a really quick example? Well, I guess the movement system, or like where the camera is, or these sorts of things. Like, they're mechanics, you don't think on them more, right? So what if I told you that the game explained lore-wise why we have a revive mechanic? Like, in mission, we can revive, like, 4 times base, 6 times with arcanes, I believe. Or, like, more, potentially, I can't remember. But, like, they actually gave us a lore explanation of why we have a revive. They also showed us a bit of a story that has existed in Warframe since the beginning. That is, like, pretty much one of the most major moments in, like, the history of Warframe. Like, its storytelling. Because without that moment, the rest of the game couldn't have ever occurred. Like, it's that sort of story moment. It was a puzzle piece we all knew existed, and we all understood roughly the idea of it, but we had never been actually given. And now we have been given it, and it's so fucking awesome. Because I think I talked, again, I'm a massive nerd for some of these things. I'm not, like, someone that I would recommend listening to for the lore of the game. There are many people that actually do study this stuff and have much better educated statements on this. This is partly of me looking at those channels and, or like people, and also my own interpretations of a lot of events and stuff like that. But like, think of it like this, right? Warframe, the story we know that we have played through actively was we're a biomechanical engineered thing. We don't really understand it at the early stages. We are going around, we are doing these missions by the request of an individual of the Lotus, which is the idea that we're bringing balance to the system that we're in, right? Then we come to find out about the first main story point, which is like the first major story arc, which is the second dream, which we find out we're an individual piloting these mechanical things, or biomechanical things, and we have been asleep, just piloting them. Now we are awake. We can now actively take more measures and become more powerful. And from there, we understand more about ourselves, a little bit more about the history of the different factions, stuff like that. And we understand that one of the big core things was we are a Tenno. That's something we knew since the beginning. What the Tenno used to be were basically the elite soldiers of a faction called the Oricon. kind of like, just think of it like almost, I guess, the custodies, in a sense, where we're like entities that if you actually thought about, it's like, oh no, that's broken as shit. Like, we are one-man armies by definition, to an extent that, like, it doesn't, the power scaling is obscene. Again, there is a lore explanation that, and I still love this, we were also just used by the Orokin, because the Orokin were fucking assholes, to do something that they thought, like, okay, I've told this story before. I love this story. This is the story of Atlas Prime. Atlas was a very strong warframe, physically strong. One time, there was a planet that was going to collide with an asteroid was going to collide with it and wipe out the entire inhabitants. The inhabitants started a festival because they're like, well, it's a doomsday festival. Let's all have fun. Let's all be merry. Because the world is over. The Oricans saw this and were like, we don't like them having fun, so you know what we're going to do? Atlas, go punch that fucking asteroid that's the size of a moon and save them. Not for saving them, but for ruining them. Like, ruining their fun. So he did. He punched a fucking asteroid that was, like, larger than I think it was as large as our moon, or larger than, and just destroyed it. This is, like, the individuals we're talking about, right? Something happened, and the Tenno decided to fight back against the top-end ranked Orokin that were in charge of them. Specifically I think they were called the Seven. And back, still driving. Oh god. Be careful, Jin. But yeah, no, so they were dictated by what they should do by the Seven. They fought against them and tried to kill them all. Why this quite happened, we never knew. But we understood this was the key pivotal moment as to basically the Tenno being outcast and, like, that was the big thing, right? So, and then after that, the Margulis hid us away, and that's what leads on to the second dream, right? Which is the big, again, the first big story arc of the game. This newest expansion adds that spot. We now know what happened with now the Tenno, between the Tenno and the Orokin, and what led to the, like, decayed relations. That is, so not only did we find out how we lore-wise have a revive mechanic, we found out lore-wise what led to probably the most large-scale stemming moment in the Warframe history. So, fucking awesome. I always thought it was a Lotus coup. I'm trying to think if I ever thought that. No, I don't think I really did. But yeah, no, like there was, again, a lot more of the understanding of the Lotus and Margulis and Ballas and all that will come much further down the line with the storytelling. Especially, like, by the time you get to the Old War, New War, like the New War to Old War section, right? Like, that area where you start having to actually interact with some of these key figures again, the later stories, it becomes, like, because I think is it War Within or something like that? Is the second major story arc, which is with the Queens, I want to say. Yeah. The War Within. So that one didn't... That kind of just made us understand more about who we were as an individual. And became a big understanding point for players to get like a relative point of like who we once were. But yeah, no, there is a lot that has like lore-wise happened because of this expansion. Gameplay-wise, it's pretty nice. The main mission, there's two main missions that got added. There's the like tower that they added, which was, I'll be honest, it was a lot more lackluster than I was expecting. It's literally just they take snippets of pre-existing mission types and you do like a really quick section of it, and then you go to the next level and you repeat this process like 20 something times. And you get like 2 major buffs and you fight a final boss. That's it. It's not... I mean it with the sense of like, it's a good game mode. It's definitely not what I was... Like, I was almost expecting it to be a little bit more in depth. Alright? Then... The other game mode, which I am going to have to be tentative about talking about because it's on the spoiler section. The other new game stuff is like, you are given a window of time to complete as many objectives as you can within, and then you have a final boss that you have to fight. And I found out this morning that the base version and the Steel Path version have 2 very different bosses. I lost to the Steel Path boss, and I'm not going to explain how and why, because holy shit, it is a much better experience to witness it. Because it was something that, like, when I turned up in the boss arena, I was like, shit. Admittedly, I could make that same argument for the first boss. But no, it's a solid game mode. You can get quite a lot of resources out of it. It very much empowers, like, fast action and stuff, so it's great. Which I liked. I'm here to defeat the new boss. Where are they? I can hear the music, but no bugs inside. Oh, imagine. No, I was tempted, not gonna lie, to turn today into the missed game stream that we missed out on yesterday. Just so I could play Warframe. But I decided against that, because I think I do need to get more game development done. Why do I hear boss music? Why not Peace Frame? Well, the new update is called the Old Peace. And it's filled with hope and desires and happiness and then everything that comes after that. Like depression and tragedy. Old like Malith. Yeah, it's probably about as old as I am. It's just a little old. Just a little. Only a few thousand words. piece by piece for him. Yeah, that's about right. To be fair, that has actually been some of the arcs. It's just piece by piece. God damn it. Oh! So, something that I do want to comment on, and I do find it really funny. Is, at the Game Awards, they, like, released a thing about, Marvel Rivals, and it shows Deadpool. I swore it was Alejandro's voice. Apparently, it's not Alejandro. But, like, I swore it was Alejandro's voice. Apparently, I think it was Miller Ross. Oh, no, Miller Ross talked about it, I think. I can't remember. But, like, apparently Sayu is saying it's not him. I don't know if I believe him, because it really sounded like him. I'm gonna have to look it up later properly to find out. When I listen to it, I'm like, that sounds like Alejandro. To those that might not know who I'm referring to with that, by the way, Alejandro, is it Sab? Sab. Is the, Sayu VTuber, and is also a VA in, like, fucking everything nowadays. Yeah, let me get the tweet. No, that's the wrong thing. Hide you. Pull you back up. You. Here's the tweet.
What's up, Game Awards? It's about time I made.
It's not visually showing, god damn it. Of course not. This is the only thing from Game Awards that I'm going to show for now. I'm not looking very closely at anything. I do want to look at it properly later. Where is the post? I missed it. Fucking where is it? There it is. Are you gonna play? What are we doing here? Twitter? What are you doing? Why does this happen? Has anyone else had this issue? Because it really gets to me. That, like, occasionally it will just break and videos won't, like, visually play anymore on Twitter. Some people can't go into hot anime men because Sayu is voicing them. Yep. Like Armor. It's very funny.
What's up, Game Awards?
Yeah, it's... What if I put RGX on? That change anything about it? Do I need it? Maybe it's because it's trying to play at a fucking resolution that is insane.
Yeah. What's up, Game Awards?
Come on. But you can hear what I'm talking about, though. That sounds like Sayu.
It's about time I make Marvel Rivals the most hero-packed shooter ever, but first, some hot redhead is trying to blast my ass a few new holes.
Right? Anyway, because I can't manage to get the video to play, it's a very funny video. Highly recommend having a look. I don't know why it does that. I think I need to, like, figure it out. I think that normally happens when I'm streaming, so... But hey, Clap, how's it going? Never watched Sayu, couldn't tell. You've probably heard Sayu, though. Since he's in fucking everything. Not having Twitter fixes that problem? You know, they've got a point. Oh god, the entire computer is freezing. Oh god. Oh, what's happened? Hello. There we go. Come on. I believe in you, PC. Oh, we're getting closer and closer to that, like, cap-off point, right? It's pain. Oh. Okay. Is there any point in me adding this value here anymore then? Now that I'm thinking about it. I just realized, because isn't the attack run by the struct? There we go. Considering passing out till the next day, but games won't play themselves. God, I know that feeling. Now that we've had, like, people, some of the more regulars are around and stuff like that, I do feel like I want to address what happened yesterday. So, I didn't really mention it, because I knew if I mentioned it while it was kind of happening, I would missay something. Yesterday was really bad. Yesterday went really bad for me. Well, yes, the night of that period of time, right? Things went really bad, and I got pushed as close to a limit as I could with things. And I was not doing well. Like, at all. I primarily cancelled the stream purely because I was going to get home very late, and also I was in such a bad state of things that I think there would have been no way that stream would have gone well. So I just wanted to, like, clarify that. I had a lot of bad health things happen, and a lot of bad psychology things happen. So, yeah. No, again, I do very much apologize for, yesterday. And kind of going radio silent, off of it as well. Now, some of it's carried over to today, but enough, like, not enough that causes too much problem. I don't like how you're saying that as if nothing happened, but it is what it is. Yeah, no, yeah. Big dip. Big dip moment. Was not great. Okay. I feel really bad because I knew I needed to talk about it at least briefly, but there's not really any way of talking about it briefly without potentially raising red flags, and I knew that, but I still thought it was important to, like, talk about it. Well, yeah, otherwise, do you, King? I don't want to go too far into it, like I said, because there's a level of, like, I've talked about this before, I don't like talking about some of these things because it feels like I'm doing things that I don't want to be doing, like the manipulative side and the sympathy farming side, because I've talked before how that's what a lot of my family and stuff would do, and I hate that shit. So that's why I'm like, but I knew I needed to kind of like give a bit of an apology for that. Yeah, no, all things standing as it is, next week should be the last week of potential lates, and stuff for a little while at least. We will see. I'm not 100 on that, but we'll see. I do believe, to my understanding, though, that, like, Christmas week I should be able to have, like, the back end of it pretty open. The only apology I'd want is for being the way you are and not prioritizing yourself enough. Yeah, I really didn't take care of myself. That's kind of what happened. Again, a lot of stuff happens behind the scenes with any person, not even just streamers, just people in general. And this is just one of those many times to remind how much doesn't get said by people sometimes. Yeah, this went badly. It went real bad. But I'll endeavor to do better. Ugh. Alright. So, got that going. What else would I possibly need to sort out with the things? It was the cooldown between movement action, right? This is one of the things I needed to try and do. Going away from the oh no topic, what's your opinion on onions? Onions are amazing. I would love to eat them more often if I could. They're great. You can do a lot with them. Caramelize, just toss them in pretty much any meal quite easily. They go in a lot of things very easily. They're just great. I used to hate them when I was a kid, though. I remember very, very fervently not liking onion at all when I, like, before my mid-teens. I'm eating a raw onion right now. Okay, well, that's a little ambitious. To be fair, I will have some, like, in a sandwich, some sliced up raw onion does sound nice. I got nothing against that. But also, like, again, I've talked about this before. My mate will straight up, like, eat an onion like an apple, and that shit seems psychopathic to me. My favorite onions are the ones that ride. Would you eat a raw onion? What the fuck, you're reading my... Yeah. No, I would eat raw onion fine. I just wouldn't eat it like a fucking apple. Like I said, raw onion in salads and in sandwiches and stuff like that seem great to me. And also lemons too. Okay, now that's an additional level. See, okay, I'm gonna give a wild thing. I haven't tried them for a long time. I really didn't like most of those, like, lemons, oranges, anything with, like, you know what I mean by that sort of style of fruit. There's a term and I'm blanking on it, but I really did not like those sort of fruits when I was younger, and in my experience as an adult, I've never disliked them, but I've not had enough, like, in a large supply to even test whether I like them or not. Skin on, or do you peel it before you eat it raw? Same question with a lemon. I mean, that's... With the lemon on that question, I feel like that's... No, the lemon skin's fine, because I've used lemon skin in dishes as well. I feel like that would be fine. Like, I've grated lemon on skin onto dishes. It's used. It's edible. Don't know if I'd prioritize it, but I feel like that's I feel like at that point in time you get into, like, the argument with the oranges, where it's like, I don't think most people would eat oranges with the skin on, based on my experience. I don't know. Again, I'm not probably the right person to ask, because, like, those sorts of fruits, I'm like, You got 2 lemon eaters in chat. Make that 3. Hell yeah. I eat it out of the skin, just slice it in half and eat it out. Yeah, that seems normal. % lemon eater demographic chat reflects streamer. Clearly I need to eat more lemons. Lemon eating on stream when? I don't know, man. I don't know. You're gonna have to pay me for that one. How much is a lemon? Lemons are cheap as shit, if I remember. Lemon. Like, again, it's one of those things of, like, I've got nothing against lemons. It's the texture. The texture of them is what gets me. it's the stringy flesh sort of fruits. That's what I mean. Like, I don't tend to like that texture that much because it's like, okay, this is where I say like a weird thing. I'm not much of like a harder gelatin sort of liker in general, and that's what they remind me of. I'm trying to remember the Mika lemon meme. Oh god. Yeah. Santa wouldn't be, yeah. No, it's clearly. No, that's the thing that I think I dislike the most, and that's what puts me off the idea of just like eating them. Like, I grew up with a feijoa tree, and it was one of the best tasting feijoa trees that anyone I knew had ever come across, right? God damn it, Clark! I didn't actually fucking mean it. But like, I did not like the feijoas just because of like the nature of them. But I would bake them into muffins, and those muffins were amazing. Now keep the promise. I'll see what I can sort out soon, man. I've literally written a note down in my book that's just eat a lemon on stream. God fucking damn it. Such a dumb note to write. If anyone ever tells you streaming is like a very reasonable thing, tell them that they're fucking lying. There you go. To be fair, I do still owe you guys like crushing, was it a watermelon with thighs? It's just watermelons are still hard as fuck to find. God damn it. What did I just see? Why has the Ko-fi bar ticked up? Why has the Ko-fi bar ticked up by a small percentage? Who else did the dumb money thing? Why do y'all want me to eat lemons on stream so much? Do you like coffee? God damn it. I can't help but just laugh at the sight of this stuff. My brain's not, like, capable of processing correctly. Thank you so much. I do like coffee, though. I'm not gonna lie, right? Random, like, side note now talking about coffee. I really badly want to get a jug for boiling water and stuff like that for out here in my room, because I feel like if I had one out here, I would start having coffee more regularly. I'm not much of a hot drink person, but I definitely can go for a coffee on a semi-regular basis. And I do like that idea. At the moment, I'm naughty, and every once in a while order a coffee via something like Uber Eats. Because I'm just so, like, I need a coffee. I get home before stream after, like, staying up for something like 14 hours, and I'm like, I want a coffee. Lemonade coffee? Would that even taste good? If you use, like, no, that can't, that wouldn't, that's gotta be awful, right? Like, a carbonated coffee? That sounds awful to me. Am I wrong? Or are you just meaning, like, adding lemon to coffee? Which, at that point in time, I feel like that's just gonna be awful as well, for a variety of reasons. Yeah, like, I agree with that sentiment of, I'm pretty sure the acidity would just become unbearable. No? No, but it would be funny. I do like that rationale. No, but it would be funny. I respect it. Lemonade milk? That would just curdle. Like, that's gotta be awful. That's just gonna curdle. There we go. What flavor profile does expired milk have? Sour? What is lemon? Exactly. I'm an adventurer, Malith. I gotta drink milk in order to judge. No, not bringing back that fucking meme. Oh, I'm gonna just bring back bilk again. I don't want to think about bilk. Yo, fucking no. I want to think about bilk. No, no. I'm putting my foot down on this one. No. No. The newer in the gameplay hardcore Minecraft. Hope they all say friends, but would not be surprised if they never spoke to each other after that. Oh yeah, no, that's the sort of time that definitely enables that. Like, I gotta say, there is a stress put on people for stuff like that. You never understand how much it's gonna be until it happens. Stories of my recipes. I've come up with a new recipe. Four days of Minecraft and 87 attempts. Oh god, that would put a stress on my my friend group. Every friend group I've had ever. I can tell you that with certainty. Did I not add a depth thing to fix them? Oh yeah, it's only that. I needed to add more to it, that's right. Around attempt 30, they were already wanting each other dead. Spoiler though. Yeah, I bet. I can imagine. I do still love how I've technically done a hardcore Minecraft challenge on stream. Technically. And I did fail one attempt. But then I got, like, to a point in power level that was so beyond obscenity that I couldn't feasibly die. You did? A long time ago, yes. I have a Minecraft series on the channel. This was before I started VTubing. A long time before. Of that. Yeah, no, I was playing modded hardcore Minecraft. Are those ovaries shooting pellets? That is a statement of all time to be made. What the fuck? Slime itchy manga happening on stream. God damn. No, they're not ovaries. They're really poorly drawn swarm drones. Because I was drawing them quickly inside of Game Maker. Okay, that's curious. Oh, that's why. It's not my fault they look like floating pellet shooting ovaries. They're metallic wombs. Getting slimed on stream live on Twitch. God damn it. Your past room in the Minecraft streams look like a normal room someone would live in? The fuck? When was the Minecraft streams? I don't remember. What room they would have been in? I felt like they were at the original place. Yeah, that would have been my office. The question was it during the time where I was having to use my office as my bedroom? Give me a sec, I'll have a look. Like how you spend a whole hour on the second stream using R's spells to dig. Hell yeah. Dude, I didn't give a shit. I was just playing Minecraft, man. Just talking shit. Hogwarts Legacy is free on Epic. Oh boy. A game that definitely has gone down well in VTube community, for the VTuber being treated really well while trying to play it. Right, guys? Never has there been a streamer that like straight up basically quit VTubing because of how poorly treated they got in response to playing playing a fucking video game. Now I can play the game and feel hot for that one DJ, just like my playthrough in Persona 5. So, I talked about this when I played Persona 5, and can I just, like, reiterate it, right? Something that I find mildly funny is that if you asked me who I would have dated in that game, if we're talking from the perspective of the character, it would be, and I'm blanking on her name, Yoshizawa, right? As that was very clearly the ship that the developers even kind of nudged. But, like, if we're talking, like, real life, oh yeah, no, Kawakami, I would definitely date. Wait, can you repeat what you said? I was watching past you. I don't know what part you wanted me to repeat. Don't think there was any drama involving that kind of gang. Yeah, there's never any drama that involved that game at all, or for VTubing especially. Definitely no VTuber that quit because of just the sheer harassment. Let's see, yeah, that would have been just where, so the very beginning of the modded Minecraft, that was when that was just my office. Let's look at the finale. Yeah, I don't think I'm probably gonna play Hogwarts Legacy, admittedly, gotta say. Definitely doesn't look like my cup of tea. But it is good that it's free on Epic. Go pick it up for free and never play it. Like the rest of us adults. Let's see. Yeah, no, it would have, okay. So that was all during the time when that was just my office. Yeah. Because that's when it's facing it's against the wall, and it's got, the outward curtains and the inward curtains. There. You can't actually tell that that's a corner as well, very easily. No, when to tell the most when I had to start living out of that office was when the room had swapped, so there was curtains on the right side of me, and you could see doors behind me. So this was still Malith when he was engaged. Damn. Poor fucking sap. Alright. So rewarded by Persona 5 animation. I never actually watched the animation. Like the anime for it. Your intro was weird? The fuck was my intro? I genuinely don't remember. Experiencing your past self. Oh yeah, it was me from like 3-4 years ago. You underestimate how long I've been streaming. And how shit I was at the beginning. Was a while until I got, like, not trash. Even with, like, my experience in public speaking and stuff like that, it was still a weird, change to, like, do this shit. And now I'm doing VTubing, so you don't even see my face and see how shit I'm looking right now. The Pilk image on Discord, I don't know if I want to look. What is my oldest stream again? I'm trying to remember. Was it Warframe? I think Warframe was the oldest stream I have. Yeah, Warframe in 2022. And then TFT, then StarCraft, then playing some Stardew Valley with some old friends, and then then the hardcore Minecraft. And I really do want to play Minecraft again. I keep talking about it, but I keep not being able to do it. Because I can't really justify the time outside of stream to play it. And I can't really stream it because my computer would fucking explode. We're nearly there, I guess, all things considered. Again, outside of the GPU, I could probably get most of it fairly soon. And together in true parasocial fashion. Oh, hell yeah. No, I'm not setting up a fucking... The thing is, right, is... setting up a server like that would be so funny for me and miserable for all of you because I would set it up in New Zealand. So all of you motherfuckers would be spending like all of the time on a minimum of like 300 ping. And it would be hysterical to see all of you suffer miserably. Messages not going through indication on YouTube. Goddamn. Gaming is normal. Yeah. Oh. God damn it. Sorry. Like I said, I'm not doing too well. Love me and my 300 ping gaming. Dude, I absolutely loved the fact that I used to play Siege on 300 ping to play with friends. Rainbow Six Siege, yes, by the way. And I wasn't even that bad. Like, don't get me wrong, I was nowhere near as good as my friends, but like, until we came onto my ping, and I practiced in my ping a little bit, I actually got good really quickly like that. But then, yeah, we went back to the other ping. I couldn't fucking win a gunfight to save my life. Because they would be... they have shot and killed me before I even peeked. Or, like, saw them peek. Which is already bad enough with Siege, but that is an issue. Imagine that with, like, about a second or two behind. It's fucking awful. Became an FPS pro? I did become an FPS pro. I told you about this. I used to play tournaments of Halo. What the fuck? Yeah. I used to, especially during Halo 3 and Halo Reach, I used to play tournaments. You did like everything. I was someone that liked to do a lot of things when I was younger. For better or worse. For better or worse. I experienced as much of life as I could. No, I enjoyed strategy games more, so I leant towards them more by the end of when I was trying... Because I think I talked about this as well. Like, I've tried to be a pro player a couple of times back when. Specifically around, was it StarCraft and Heroes of the Storm? Child prodigy, being an asshole, possibly drugs, pro gaming. Yep. 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 I'm not gonna say more than yep. Your old man has done a lot of dumb things in his time. And a lot of things have done him. Alright. So that should work there. Yeah, I might nudge that to a higher value. And then... Then what do I need to do? I don't think there's much else I want to do with this weapon other than, like, sort out its scaling. I probably want to affect the cooldown more than the thing. So we'll do this, and then I think it's how's it done again? Is it just written cooldown? It's hi, I'm things. Yeah, exactly. Now that's the one thing your old man hasn't been doing recently. Is doing that. Yeah, so it's written like this. Okay. It feels like Melith got to be the protagonist of the world for the first, like, 2 decades of his life, and then powers just disappeared, causing him to become what he is now. Malith is isekai, but instead of gaining broken OP skills, it's removed instead. God, you have no idea how much this, like, that actually does feel true. Make that into a light novel? I mean, I'm already writing something else at the moment. I kind of can't be writing more than a few things. I've already, like, soft ditched one project. It's been shelved that I was writing because it just took too much time to get all of it correct, and I needed this other piece to do something. I've shown the piece I'm talking about before, but I don't want to show it again because you guys started going wee woo last time I fucking talked about it, so, you know. be value 3, right? Yeah. Making Malith Blue Archive fan novel? Jesus, no. Gotta refresh my memory and show it. Alright, give me a minute. I will... You gotta give me a moment for that so I can finish writing this. Do I not have instance infinite instance nearest? I don't yet. Okay, I'm gonna go write that quickly. You guys want to see the one that you fucking wee-wooed at me last time? It's my vent piece. It's my piece where I write about things to try and get them out of my head. Loosely based off my own life and experiences. And a lot of the bad stuff in it. And it's basically trying to creatively find a way to express it. Whether what I do with this in the end is, up to the debate. If I turn into a game or a story, we'll see. Probably not gonna, yeah, I'm probably not gonna read through it this time because, again, I don't really want to read through it out loud, like, again. It is not a pleasant lot of stuff so far. I mean, I could just read the beginning part and you'll fucking get a point of it. A dreary night, it always starts on a dreary night. The rain is loud and the wind is howling. A loud bang wakes me. A window that must have flown open. Best to get up and fix it. While walking the hallways, the shadows almost appear alive, reaching out to you. Voices far off, whispering things like, "You're nothing less than a monster," or, "Don't worry, I'm here for you." And other words dripping with venom that soaked dread into your heart. Begin to move slower and slower, and the world becomes darker and darker. The window seems so far away, and suddenly a figure appears between me and the window. Suddenly, the floor beneath me opens away, and I fall. I fall, and fall some more. The walls around as you fall appear like cage bars. The screams are silent, and suddenly nothing. I am alone. There you go. That's just the beginning of it. Whether or not I do something with that long term, we'll find out one day, I'm sure. Okay, I need to open up my other project so I can get the nth nearest code. currently is doing the thing where I go, I have so many things to do, so I do none of them because I can't decide what to do first. Yeah, no, just do a randomizer, figure out from that. That's what I genuinely do that. If I feel like I'm getting overwhelmed with tasks, and I know all of the tasks I have that I'm thinking about are of equal importance, I just randomly pick one. And just get it done. Oh, whether it's a dice, whether it's a randomizer online, whatever. It works. It works a lot better than you might think. Because you know the other fun part about doing randomizers like that? You'll randomize and you'll hit something, you're like, but I really don't want to do that right now. And you've now clicked to something that you really don't want to do. So you can remove that from the list and narrow down your list. Instructions unclear, removed all from list. Yeah, that is also, I guess, a thing that could happen given that idea. Also cylinders. God damn it! Every time with you people. And you always get it stuck. Instructions unclear, penis stuck in ceiling fan. I got more things on the list after emptying the list. I'm sorry, what? At that point in time, that's on you, buddy. Fuck. God, I'm a lot worse off than I thought, huh? Turn. The list has gained sentience. I am now the one getting things removed from me. Holy shit. Yeah, that's sounds like a bit of a problem there, bud. Okay, there we go. Alright. So getting together with my ex's mother story, Doc. Oh no. We're not getting that story anytime soon. Oh, that was funny. Well, actually... Dude, I told the story about that sort of stuff, right? Before. I have to say, I have not slept with as many mothers as I could have in my time. Maybe a mistake on my part. Gotta clearly up them numbers. Yeah, all over again. God damn it. Oh! You know the other fucking... There was a stream a while back that I mentioned there was a series I was watching that had like a very dark, tone to the world. But it was not dressed up in a way that was like the edgier revenge stories like normally you'd get with dark worlds like that. I fucking figured it out, and it's not what you'd fucking expect, and it's really good. This one. This anime. Welcome to Outcast Restaurant, is the English for it. This one's really fucking good, but it's got such, like, dark fucking shit to it. Like, not to spoil moments, but, like, each of these characters... Okay, well, probably outside of this guy here. This guy here is probably the nicest storyline of the lot. Hers is fucking depressing. Hers is actually fucked up. And hers could have been a lot fucking worse. If it wasn't for the main guy. Like, it is actually really well done for a story that seems so casual. Of course, it's a guy. Yeah, don't worry about it, Chief. don't think about it too hard, right? You're gonna hurt yourself with these sorts of anime. It's actually a genuinely good story, though. I actually quite liked it. Why can't I hug anime girls and tell them things will be okay? I want to punch all this. So, if you feel that, Jin, this series will be amazing for you. This girl here in particular, her storyline, it's literally that's how you're gonna feel. Cause holy shit, it's... Yeah. It's fucking rough. You wanna know why her story is the roughest of, like, all of their character stories? It's because it's one that happens in the real world. Like, nearly one for one. Like, this girl's story, it's an abnormality, but it's one that sadly happens more often than we'd all like to see. This character here, this happens all the fucking time, kinda deservedly. This girl here, little bit of a stretch of it occurring, but it happens. There's definitely stuff similar to it that kinda happens more regularly. Won't be okay, I fucking need an anime girl to do that to me. Yeah. It's like, fuck telling them it's gonna be alright. Fuck, I need someone to do that to me. But no, this one's a really good series. It was really, really good. It surprised me how fucking dark it got, though. Like, even, like, the antagonist, you kind of sit there and go, no, I see your point, but you've gone too far. But not, like, too far. Like, everyone in it makes sense, in my eyes. Like, every character and the choices they make, once you understand them, make sense. And it was really well written from that. But yeah, also, nah, fuck her storyline. I actually don't want to fuck. Oh my god. Like, I'll give you a TLDR of their storylines, because it's still worth going and watching as much as you can. This girl starts adventuring, can't find a party, finds a party based on this guy's recommendation, but he does say, hey, just be careful, and, like, you don't know them. So, you don't have to go with them, just be careful. Then he hears a little bit after about a, thing. Things go badly. He then saves her. That's probably, like, that's pretty much your first, like, episode or so. It's great. There's characters, though, yeah, etc. No, it's good. It's good. It's a good watch. I won't tell you about the fucked up one, though, because the fucked up one's really fucked up, and I'll let you experience it, because, again, it is the most, like, this shit happens in the real world as it gets. Do you relate? Kind of hard for me to say no. If you see her storyline, understand I've talked on stream about how I have had to deal with that in real life. And it's why I think that character is the most depressing, in a sense, because it is the most generally relatable one of the characters. Guys, it's literally me, for real, for real. Yeah, I'm actually just an anime girl. I'm sorry to inform you of this. You've been lied to this whole time. In fact, I'm gonna lie to you even more. I'm actually OG Neuro-sama. I can't believe I had to tab over really quickly for that bit. That's really dumb. Anyway. Was it this one? No, I don't think it was this one. Was it this one? There we go. Gasp, yeah. Wait, mouth's breedable? Don't you fucking use those words. No! That is not the combination of words that I ever wanted to fucking hear. Good God. Save me. Save me. Somebody save me. You know the reason I know that song anywhere near as much as I do is purely because of Smallville. And none of you fucking probably know of that series because that's a really old series now. And I hate that I can consider it an old series. Fuck. Have you seen Malith and Nero live at the same time? And did you see that AI company that turned out to just be 300 Indians? Not outside the realm of possibility. True. I'm actually just the gender-bent Nero. None of this programming is actually me. This is just Vedal making this game himself. The one of young Superman? Yep. When it was just Clark Kent being Clark Kent. Before he had moved off to, fucking whatever it's called, Metropolis. Somebody save me. Because that was like the main song for that. Okay, this is gonna potentially get really fucking nutty and I want to level this up now to see how bad it gets. I feel like I could probably add just one here and it'll be fine. Is Nero's model just some publicly available thing? It's literally one of the base models on VTube Studio. Like, I didn't even install it, if I recall correctly. I think it's literally you download VTube Studio, you have that model. There's a couple of models it comes with base-wise. I think it's that, Akari, like one or two others. I need to remember to set that up so it doesn't do that again. It's currently there's two Vedals. Okay. Gonna force some levels here quickly, don't mind me. So I want to see what heart does at high levels. Yeah, it's kind of doing what I'm hoping it would do. Nice. Okay, I could really tone their damage down then. Got it. Made an AI and used a default model to see how it would work, and after getting things more famous, got Annie to make Neuro's own model. Yeah, pretty much. Like, literally, if I open up VTube Studio right now, understand that only 2 models here aren't the default models. Right? And that's this one I'm using and the base version of it. So that's the base Neuro one. That's a Kari, which is like the most base version one. Then there's Wanko, Tororo, and Hijiki. So just random for that. Okay, we needed to fix this creating a new one without keying. So how do I tell it that it's been made? Probably with this. Oops. It was what, value 4 or something? Yeah, value 4. Then I would do. Oops. There we go. I think you just scream into your microphone until your code gets it. That's how you tell something. Yeah, that's fair. If I just scream at my programming for long enough, eventually it'll do what I tell it to do. I guess are they playing fucking Warframe? They might be, but then I'll put it on thing. Okay. Alright. But yeah, like, that's, in a sense, this is the same rationale I had with this, right? Is that, like, I didn't know if I would want to do VTubing, so I tried to find a free model that I felt was I could be content with. And then now I'm at a point where I bought the more premium version of it for, I think it was like 2,700 yen. So I can customize it just a touch. And I've just been using it. Like, it goes to show just how, again, easy it is to get into VTubing, regardless of what your approach is. As long as you're not, like, going into it. This is what I really fucking hate. And I'm gonna be a little upset for a moment, because there's been a lot of this fucking discourse getting thrown around alongside other shit. But I really fucking hate how often high-end YouTubers that aren't in the VTubing space will comment on the bullshit of, like, you need to take out a fucking bank loan to become a VTuber. You fucking don't. And anyone that tells you that is absolutely lying to you. Yeah, you're almost a full-fledged YouTuber. Yeah, exactly. No, it pisses me off, because I think XQC talked about it recently and said something along those lines, and it pisses me off. Also, something that has pissed me off, and I didn't want to talk about it, but now that I'm on the kind of, like, train of talk of it, I'm gonna say it. So the other day, we talked very briefly about a specific individual winning at the Streamer Awards, within the VTuber category. Now, I said that my personal belief is that I don't think they really should have been in the category by their own words, and, but I didn't think that they shouldn't have won. I thought that they had more than earned that. Since then, there has been a mix of shit going on, and they put out, like, a statement, finally, of their own angle on this shite, and basically made it worse. And I'm really fucking pissed off at this, because it was such a good opportunity to de-escalate the scenario, and they made it worse. And, like, it was a wording that definitely was intended to make it worse. Regardless of how you can see it, if you thought that didn't make it worse, then you're not aware of how the internet works. I'm really fucking pissed at that, because it's just redoubled the negativity towards people like Iron Mouse that actually defended the individual in the beginning. And I'm really fucking pissed at that. Yeah. Yeah, that devil. I'm just really done with that bullshit, and, like, this is why I say I didn't want to have any negativity towards the individual, because they'd never really done anything that I thought was, like, actively bad, but now they have, and now I'm like, okay, buddy, that's... Again, that's an antagonistic statement, regardless of how you see it. And it pisses me something fiercely off. The statement that most hate towards iMouse was coming from VTuber fans, but him going off that, like, that was uncalled for and way too aggressive. Yeah, again, it's a thing of, like, he had a perfectly great opportunity to de-escalate the situation. And it's kind of on him to do so. Because anyone else trying to de-escalate the situation would only breed the wrong kind of shit and more of the stuff that, like, what Mouse is dealing with. And then he pulls that shit, and I'm like, look, this is where you need to actually be a decent human being. And it really, really upsets me that, like, this was the approach that they chose. And it's just gonna be something I'm not happy with moving forward. Anyway, moving on from that, because again, there's not really any good way to see it. Bam. Again, moving on. Oh my god, McDonald's and Star Rail have collaborated on something. I don't know how to say it, to respond to that. It's a whole thing. Larian's cooking up a new game. I did hear about that, yeah. I saw something getting talked about. Oh. No, do you guys... I think we talked about it briefly, but have you guys seen, the situation further with Peter? Dude, I have never seen a community move to request a lawsuit more. Like, holy shit. I've never seen a community so behind a company doing a lawsuit on another company. I fucking swear. Or an organization, I should say. It tickles me so much. What happened? So Peter put out a fucking tweet with, like, basically shitting on Musume a little bit. Going like the whole thing of, like, if it was honest, your favorite horse girl doesn't get comeback arc, they get like, they're talking about what actually happens in real life a little bit. And then, like, a further thing. And it's just like, they have an image of Suzuka with a broken fucking leg. Like, the anime girl from Musume Suzuka with a broken leg, and, like, making a whole big thing about that. So, like, I'll see, I'll get the tweet. I'll get the tweet. I'm gonna very briefly show this, because it is actually really, I'm not gonna show, like, below a specific point, because it's really fucked up. But it's like, Peter's doing its normal thing of, like, all this shit. And then, yeah. Right? Cool. We're moving on from that. So that's been very heavily community noted with the fact that, fun fact, it breaches 5 violations of their community guidelines. With enough grounds of a hefty lawsuit, because it's an organization that's done this, not an individual. So they actually have grounds for lawsuit action instead of just general action. Say, like, removal of a thing and all that. And, like, in the comments of it, they're also telling everyone, like, all of the amazing shit that they've tried to do. And they haven't actually done much of that stuff. They've not really done a lot of the amazing stuff that they're trying to say. They've participated in the process a couple of times. But, like, I'm gonna be honest, again, this is one of those times where Peter is biting off more than they can chew by antagonizing the wrong kind of people. Wow, I hate it. Yeah. No, it's not cool what they've done. So yeah, no, everyone's like, what's the animal survival rate under Peter again? Yeah, exactly. Right? Like, it's shit like that, the moment that gets pointed at, it's just like, oh no, that's not what, it's like. I believe, highest, like, of all organizations in the world, the highest rate of euthanasia under any organization is under PETA, if I recall. So yeah, I'm hoping there's a lawsuit. I'm actually genuinely hoping there's a lawsuit. Because my rationale of wanting that is I actually really just don't want PETA doing shit like that. Because they keep doing this where they try and, like, mimic some form of popular media in a really butchered, horrific way to, like, make this, like, big push. It pisses me off. I really want them to stop being involved in it. Like, I'm not against the stuff that they're trying to do. I'm just against the way that they do it a lot of the time. Like, I'm all for better rights for animals and better environments put in place and better things put in place for them. I've talked in, ad nauseum with a lecturer that had, a professor that had dedicated something like 40, 50 years to studies around this sort of stuff, and he was a fascinating individual. He was also he was more than above, like, doing shit like this, though. He was an academic. He actually went and found evidence of things and proved his point with validity and not fear-mongering, in a sense. Yeah, so you can tell I'm not a big fan of organizations that are like that. Very, very anti. And again, this is where I point out, like, I have friends that are, like, my best friend is vegan, and I don't give a shit. Like, I've lived and talked with many, and as long as it's not, like, something that drastically affects my day-to-day life, I don't care. I've had very interesting and cool discussions with them in the past. And I think one of the best discussions I ever had that made me understand that perspective the most was a discussion around, like, would you eat this kind of animal? And we went through a list of things, and one of them I was like, I definitely have a slight hesitation, but I wouldn't say no. I was like, yeah, but that slight hesitation there, why? It's because of a personal moral opinion. And that's the point. Imagine that, but on a higher level. I'm like, you know what? That makes sense. If you have a personal opinion that's like, I really don't like this, that makes a lot of sense. And that's why I say that was a very informative and academic discussion. Trying to push shock factor and brutality to make a point while not actually putting any weight behind that point. Yeah, like I would much prefer, if they were to try and pull this shit, right, to advertise with what they've done to try and fix these problems, not go for fear and brutality. Not to hit me over the fucking head with a bat. Give me some papers of things you've done that are good. Now, sure, does that get your opinion understood by the masses more? Does that get less intense shock factor that gets people immediately talking? No. But, the problem is, this now antagonizes you. An organization like PETA should not be an antagonist in a situation. I genuinely believe that. Even though they love to act it. Now, stuff like SPCA, on the other hand, they're fine. I've never really had problems with them, because they're actually people that care about animals and they work very hard. There's many organizations out there that care a lot about animals and actually don't want to give you a horror factor, but prefer to give you an informative factor. Now, don't get me wrong, I do know a lot of people that became vegans because of, witnessing documentaries or a specific event that traumatized them, especially away from it, which I'm like, that's very fair, right? We've all seen that one meme where it's that little girl that gets given a breakfast with bacon or something like that, and the mother goes that's Peppa Pig! And the kid's crying, basically. That is an event where, that could turn that person vegan. I'm gonna be honest, that's very fucking valid. I would not be, calling you out on that at all. And that's what I kind of have experienced with a lot of them that I've met, is that there was a specific pivotal moment that kind of, in a sense, converted them to that perspective. And I'm like, that's fair. And that's why it was really cool when I met, I went to a cooking thing with my mate where it was all about, cooking vegan dishes on for barbecues and stuff like that. It was a really cool time. And when we were there, the discussion got, brought up about, why people became vegan. And it became known that, very early on in the discussion, they figured out I wasn't. And they were like, okay, well, we want to ask you some questions, because it was very clear that they were willing to be open-minded and discuss with me, and this became really cool. So they talked about a specific documentary, and I'm like, yes, I've seen that documentary. Could you eat meat after that? Yeah, I have worked in situations where I've had to, do the stuff seen in some of those documentaries. I've worked on farms. And they're like, so you could still eat afterwards? And I'm like, yeah. I have no gripes with that, personally. And they're like, do you think Paul? And I'm like, well, I'm here supporting my friend that is vegan to learn stuff to feed him better. Am I not? And that's why, again, a lot of them were really positive towards me. Because I was coming into their space to learn. And I wasn't devaluing the things that they were believing or anything like that. I just had different perspective. And I'm like, that... If only the fucking internet worked like that, right? That there is the nuanced discussion that can't happen on the online. Right? That's the nuanced discussion that we talk about cannot exist on, like, in online forums. I saw someone decapitate multiple chickens and I still ate the chickens. Yeah. Again, many of us don't get negatively affected by that situation. Again, my personal thing towards it is that I see it as a, like, I see the situation of everything working together, right? I know many farmers, and most of these farmers actually care a lot about the animals. Not, like, beyond the monetary aspect. And that goes to show you, it's like, look, there is definitely these values in there, but also... Oh yeah, I also saw one thing I do want to talk about while we're on, like, these sorts of bullshit things. Was Cotto put out a video talking about IRL streamers. No fucking way! Wait a minute, sorry, this is actually, I need to show this. So... Holy shit. So we were talking about the fucking Larian Studios thing earlier, right? Apparently, something spoiled it being the Divinity a little while ago. Or, like, it spoiled the Divinity stuff. Do you want to know what it was? It was a legal document, right? And this is the official Larian Studios Twitter account. That's the fucking legal document that spoiled it! It's their fucking header! It's their fucking header! Holy shit! I saw that and I had to show you guys. They've made their header the legal document that spoiled the game. That is incredible. Oh, no, I respect... fuck, no, just from that. That's actually so fucking funny. Holy shit. Holy shit, I was not prepared to see that. No, that's so good. That's the positivity we need in the world. Oh, that's really funny. Oh. But yeah, no, quickly going back to what I was saying about the Connor thing. It was kind of talking about IRL and how it's basically, there's nothing per se wrong with IRL, it's just that there's a lot of bad actors and they get a lot of views, basically, is the problem. And then people kind of like throw away general good morals for clicks and views, which is depressing. No, that Larian thing, the Larian Studios thing, that's fucking amazing. I love that. I would say, at this stage in time, Larian Studios, the way that they've approached community is something that I hope gets, like, looked at more, because that, I think, is a really successful way of, approaching that. Sorry, posted the video, didn't watch it. Yeah, the TLDR is basically along the lines of, like, that sort of idea. Where it's just, he's really sick of seeing that shit. And, it makes me upset with the IRL stream stuff, because, I think I talked about this briefly at one stage. I would really like to do, something where I travel across New Zealand and showcase it with stuff like an IRL stream. Because I think that would be a really incredible opportunity for those that would like to visit the country to get a bit of an idea of it, and a bit of an attempt for me to also inform myself better about my own country. Right? I think it would be a great, great opportunity to do one day. And along with that, also, if I went and lived in Japan, I would love the opportunity to be able to do stuff like IRL streams with friends while I'm there, or videos even at the least, showcasing our experiences and some of the stuff that we saw. The problem is, I have such a, like, adverse thought towards it nowadays because of these bad actors, that it makes wanting to do that kind of content much harder to want to, like, to get into, because of that stigmatism, right? That idea that, like, if I'm getting into it, this is potentially how I will be viewed by those around me. Because something that you don't really see a lot of the time behind the scenes on, like, Connor's IRL stuff, is that almost all the locations he goes to my understanding, at least last time I heard, he tries to get information beforehand whether or not he's even able to record there. So he checks that out. He also tries to, like, inform them, this is what's happening, this is what's going on, whether he needs to book things, all that sort of stuff. Like, that's what him and his team do. And again, that's highly respectable. It's an effort made to showcase things, potentially these abnormal, weird, and wacky things occasionally from time to time. But done in a way that's respectful of all the individuals involved. Like, actually respecting everyone as human beings. Something that, based on some of the conversations we've had today, feels like it's, lacking more and more as time goes on. Right? Which is sad to say. I think we can all agree, it's sad to say that, like, it feels, there is a, like, less and less of this sort of stuff happening. Like, these things that are good. I do need to do a lot of rework to Neuro's passive at some point. One of the things I want to do with Neuro's passive that I'm definitely going to have, like, a hard time with is have a prioritization architecture, so she'll try and move towards Vedal more often. I also need to give Vedal pickup architecture. I'm distracted by you and I'm getting gas killed me, blow up my platform and my items are swimming in lava. Damn. Oh yeah, I need to look at it at some point. There's all the new shit about ghasts, right? Like, can't you get ghasts into the overworld now and they can be happy or something? And then you can write them? Fuck, Minecraft's so different now to me. You can make a saddle for a ghast. That's cool. Trying to get a happy ghast now. Like, it's just such an interesting thing. Apparently there's a new official Dungeons and Dragons game also being revealed. There's a new weapon too, a spear. Oh yeah, it's because they had a trident, so I guess they're adding a spear now? Deals damage based on the speed you move at. Huh. Interesting. Spear does infinite damage. I mean, that's also kind of how I see that, right? Just like arrows with good setup. True. There are many ways to do that. You can one-shot anything. Oh god, of course. But you can also crash into a wall and die. True. You can't one-shot the warden? I mean, 2v, yeah. Oh god, have you guys seen, the new Leon Kennedy was it Resident Evil 9? My god, that man's hot. You need setup? No. Okay, let me get a quick image. Here we go. Old man Leon. Because he's like 50 something now? Yeah. Hell yeah. I've seen more than just that image, but yeah, he's, yeah. Pretty good. Alright. As the homework folder for pics of the new Leon. No. No. Oh, yeah, no, we're starting to get, like, spoilers for all sorts of the Magic cards for next year, by the way. I'm not gonna lie, Lorwyn has looked like the best one to me from the beginning. And my god, there's a new commander in it that looks really fucking cool for elves. Like, nutty. Like, holy shit. But, it does look cool. It's, this one. Wait, give me a sec. Here. This is the new, like, elf that we've seen. Also, chat, calm down. Calm down. It's just an elf. Calm down. We need to read through the card first, then we can look at the art, okay? Calm. High Perfect Morkant, 2 and Golgari, Legendary Elf Noble. Whenever this or another elf enters, you control, an elf you control enters, each opponent blights one. Which blight is a new mechanic, I believe, which is each opponent will then put a -1/-1 counter on a creature they control. You can then tap 3 untapped elves you control to proliferate as a sorcery. Fun fact, there is already a combo for this, which I believe is this one. And as you can see here, the combo has become very much noticed by the community, as the price of this card has gone up by 4,000%. Can't cockblock me like, us like that, yeah. But no, if you're wondering what this is whenever a -1/-1 counter is placed on a creature, you may, put an elf into play. So it's basically that is equivalent to saying, I board wipe all my opponents. And I get a board full of elves. No, you on the art, give me a second, I'll go get you the art, because there's actually someone who's posted the full art piece. I know you guys want. I know what you guys want. Here you go. There's the full art. Now you can stop being calm. You can go. I'm gonna hold you back now. You know, chat. You could always donate more money to me so I could buy, buy the set, and then we could try and get this car. Holy shit, imagine. Not so Smash anymore? How dare you? This is still hot as shit. What the fuck you mean? High School Malith would have, like, been having some private time with this piece of art. I can tell you that. She has double feet. She has 2 toes. What do you mean? She has double feet. She has 2 toes. It's like hoof toes. Why is the feet the thing that's not a sell on you? Like, I'm gonna be real with you, Chief, right? Like, this is one of those things where, like, clearly I'm not in that demographic for caring too much about feet. But, like, if we're talking about a situation with a character like this, I ain't looking at their feet. Right? Like, that's what I'm, like, confused about with this. Is like, I'm gonna be honest, you leave me alone with this elf noble lady. I'm not looking at her feet. I'm definitely looking at everything above the waist. Because that's all I can look at from that position. The only way I'm seeing them is very close up and over my shoulder. I don't like her face. The fuck? How dare. But yeah, no, that's the new elf commander that's been announced from Lorwyn. Should we leave you alone with her? No. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Over your shoulder? Yeah. Do I need to explain stuff? I don't need to explain this stuff. Come on. No. You could draw a picture. I don't know if I can really show that much. Okay, you need a diagram of what I was talking about, very briefly. No, I'm not. Wait, no, there's literally no way I can draw that on stream without it going, like, horribly wrong. That was a very close moment where I was about to quick sketch something, and I'm like, wait a minute, there's no way I can quick sketch that without it being, like, very much not safe for work. Huh. Damn. Anyway, moving on. Fuck now. Sharp. this chicken. Do it, coward. No. I am not jeopardizing my channel for a bit. It's a funny bit, but it is not worth jeopardizing the channel. I can't believe you almost did it. It was like, I thought there must be a way I can draw this without it being a problem. Like with Stickmin, and then I drew the Stickmin figure in my head with it all, and I'm like, nah, even that's too much. Yeah, I can't. That's a yikes. What about now? Don't tempt me with money. No. No, I literally can't do it on the stream because it would be a problem. It's not that I don't want to, it's that I can't. We have rules, people. I can't just show someone piping someone else on stream. Off stream? Sure. Flick me a message off stream and I'll draw a quick doodle of what I am talking about with why I wouldn't see the feet unless they were over my shoulder. Or like the feet, the closest I'd be to seeing the feet would be them over my shoulder. I'll find you as saucy of an image online even. Fuck. Oh, piping. Now, oh well, now I understand. Yeah, no, that's what I mean by like, I'm sure y'all can figure it out really easily. You do not need a diagram of it. I knew what you meant, but the bit, yeah. No, I gotta say though, I am very excited to see Lorwyn coming back and Els coming back. That'll be interesting to see where that goes. It'll be interesting because it would be like a cool proliferate style for it all. Diagram of numbers detailing what each part is like you're assembling something. I'm slow, but thanks for playing along. No, you're... It's like a diagram with all of the, like, instructions. It's like, please, sir, I'm a visual learner. Oh god, that's literally just the same energy as... What the hell are boobs, by the way? I'm a visual learner. No, You know what always I absolutely love, by the way, is those hugely clearly bait tweets. But like, it's the ones specifically where it's like, I've never seen someone wear fishnet stockings, like, and be sexy before. And it's literally just that. They don't say, don't like change my mind or anything. They just say that. And because of how like outrageous that is, two people react to that. It's people that go, I know what you're doing. And then those that will respond with examples of it, not of that, to the contrary. And it's like, motherfuckers, you guys are idiots. You're giving the man what they want. Visual learner, I barely know her. Dude, I think my friend may have possibly wanted to block me at one stage. The amount of times, that back when I played League with them, anytime we said the, like, talked about the weapon, the, like, the item, Black Cleaver, I would always make that joke. And then there are us capitalizing by looking through the rough lines. Exactly, right? Exactly. Odd Cleaver, yeah. Black Cleaver, I barely know her. Alright, oh yeah, isn't, the Lord of the Rings movies coming back, like, soon? Did you guys know, by the way, Lord of the Rings is a Christmas movie? Because, they leave Isengard on, like, the 24th of December. Or something like that, if I recall. Nothing to think of Lord of the Rings. I know many characters don't know that they're, Wait, have you not seen Lord of the Rings, Clap? Wait, this is an interesting question now. Like, I'm not meaning a negative, like in a negative way. I'm just like curious. Have you not seen it? Because I feel like it was one of those like media staples. Gotta sleep. Shift starts tomorrow morning. I gotta stay awake for most of it. Fair enough, Devil. Catch you later. Have a good rest. Okay, where was I with this? Message me about the thing you want later. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. I don't know when I'll message you about it, but I'll message you when I message you. I was around the type everyone was hyped for it, but I never got interested because my mind was occupied by modded Minecraft beta and industrial craft. Okay, that's kind of fair. What's LOTR? Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is a famous book series that was then made into movies by a New Zealand director by the name Peter Jackson. They're very, very cinematic movies. And they're probably a great example of, like, very fantasy-esque stories and what they should feel more like on the big screen in my eyes. Like, it's the quintessential sort of thing of, like, specifically the movies are the quintessential thing of, like, the visuals of a grand journey, right? I know, I was messing with, no, I know what you mean, but I'm more, like, for clap. That's why I'm, like, not having watched them is very fine and reasonable, especially if that being your, the reasoning. I do think that they're worth a good watch, but they're really hard to commit to because of the same sort of reasons where Star Wars is hard to commit to now if you haven't already watched them. Because there's like so much energy around them. But that's why I'm like, I'm kind of excited because I know that they're coming to cinemas again. Like the extended editions, which that's a problem in its own right. To explain that, the extended editions are like 4 hours long, I believe. Like the discs literally at the time were 2 discs per movie because of disc size and quality. Back when like the extended editions were like released, it was 2 discs per movie for 3 movies. They're way too long. Yes and no. I get why the extended editions are really real long, but like, it's a lot. It is a lot, and it's a really heavy commitment, which makes it very difficult to justify in a normal way. Like, you can't really just sit down to watch it. But, like, it's the thing of, we're talking all these negatives. They are good movies. Like, all these negatives aside, they are good movies. They're good fun, they're good fantasy, and they're a huge inspiration to a lot of fantasy stories. I mean, fuck, the amount of, like, core rules, basically, that got set up for how fantasy works from Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit is undeniable. Like, anime still hails so heavily from it. Though it has definitely, shifted as time has gone on, and now has its own kind of style and thing, but a lot of it has origin from back then. Oh, sorry. I'm definitely on the slightly tired side now. The amount of sleeping I've done. Probably bad that I'm still this tired. I think I've done a solid bit of work today. It's not much, and we mainly talked a lot of shite, but I didn't expect today to be a very productive day. Though, with these changes, this weapon's pretty much in its, like, near-functional state. Outside of visual changes that would need to be made to it. A couple of other architectural things that could be done. I still need to really go through Neuro's passive and, like, just hammer through it to clean it up. Can you just not be tired? I'd love to. I'd love to just not be tired. But I'm pretty happy with, where the drones are sitting at, the swarm drones. I'm thinking I might make, like, some subtle tweaks to how the swarm drones function, like, but for the most part, I think this is pretty much what we've got here. I'm trying to think if there's any big things. Sleepy gamer boy boyfriend ASMR, hell yeah. So additional Beetles shouldn't spawn now when we level up the passive. We do need to give Beetle the pickup things that I talked about. Just because Neuro doesn't pick up too consistently. So that's why, that's literally the only reasoning as to why I want to give Beetle the pickup stuff. It's like, imagine being able to just fly through this and pick this up would be nice. I think I need to add a little bit more randomization to how the drones function. Just so there's a little bit better consistency to it all. Or like, so they're not, basically so they don't stick on top of each other so cleanly. I think that would be the nice change. Even with a few levels, these drones are fairly effective. They're just not like a good, reliable leveling thing on their own. Ooh. That's interesting. Neuro's somehow stuck herself. That isn't good. Yeah, she's actually straight up stuck herself on terrain. I'm impressed. I thought I'd made good measures so that wouldn't be the case. The worst part is I can't actually fix her because of the way that this is set up. Okay, that's interesting. I have to do something about that. Set up better precautionary systems, I guess. It's because I think she's moving... No, she should just be moving on path. Right? I don't think she's taking in vector movement. Yeah, she is pathing, so she shouldn't... Oh, I think I know what it is. Because I'm missing 1 or 2 pieces of code that I normally have on the player. Okay, I can sort that out later. Make a note of it. I think I'm gonna call it here for today, though. As I am progressively getting more and more susceptible to yawning constantly. So I don't think it's fair to just keep going with the stream for you guys. Just listening to me yawn constantly and get slower and slower. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for today. Next week's gonna be missing a few more streams again. I'll try and do what I can to compensate for that later, but yeah, next week's also gonna be could be a bit patchy, and I am sorry about that. I really am. Yawn harder, pretty much. I'm gonna yawn hard enough that at some point soon that I'm gonna hurt my jaw. Fuck. Alright, so with that being the case, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. You're awesome, stay awesome, and I hope to see you again next time. Until then, bye-bye.